850th time of filming this video. If this screws up again, I'm gonna be so upset. Hey guys, what's up? It's Taylor and welcome to my channel. Today is gonna be a little bit more of a serious video. Kind of like a therapy session, I guess. By the title of this video, you already know what I'm gonna talk about, and it's pretty much how to deal with heartbreak and getting over your heartbreak. And I'm currently going through that right now, and it sucks. It really does suck. But the reason for me posting this video is I hope that I can help someone that might be going through this situation. So if you're watching this video, I hope I helped you in some way, and that you can take something from it. To start off with my story, my relationship was built online. I am 20 years old and I've only had one relationship, and I never dated in high school nor middle school, and that might come to a shock for a lot of people, but it's true. And I'm not your average girl that just puts out, or your average guy that just puts out. Not saying I'm a guy. I'm not a guy, promise. But a lot of the reasonings why I never had a relationship before is because I wouldn't put out. And it's kind of sick and disgusting if you think about it, that you kind of have to give yourself away in order to have a relationship with somebody, at least for the interactions I've had before. If that's different for you, I want to know where you are finding your relationships at. But I dated this guy for about 1 year and 2 months, and 1 year and 2 months means recently. And to start off, we started dating in March of last year, and everything seemed fine and dandy. Like, he loved me like I was his world and I was his princess and everything else. And come end of June, early July, I hit a huge depression stage, and it was so bad. Like, I felt my world was coming to an end. My sister was getting deployed. Like, I felt like I was losing my best friend. And I'm a military kid, so it's like I'm used to not having someone really around because of military. Because I mean, my mom, she was deployed for 2 years, if you combine them. She was gone for 2 years. One tour was 1 year and another tour was another year. I look up to my mom and my sister like heroes. And when I found out my sister was getting deployed and it got closer to her deploy date, I hit a huge depression mode, and I didn't want to talk to anybody, and I was not doing so hot in school, and I do schooling online. So it's like, it's really stressful for me, and I didn't know how to tell someone about it or talk to someone about it. So I pretty much closed myself off. I became a hermit. I didn't want to go to work, but I obviously had to go to work. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just completely shut myself out. And this breakup was my fault because I didn't know that you had to tell, or that it's okay to tell your significant other everything, and that they're there to listen to you. So after I finally got over my depression, which is about mid-August, I tried to contact him in hopes that he would hear me out and listen to me and talk to me. Well, he was pretty much saying no F you and blah blah blah, and he was talking to this girl and everything else, and it hurt. And I went through 2 weeks of starving myself, to the point I pretty much almost went from, in 2 weeks, being 130 to almost 115. And for that to happen in 2 weeks, no, I was not throwing up somewhere or making myself throw up. It was just, I didn't feel like eating. I would not eat. I would just lay in my bed and cry because he wouldn't give me the time of day. Fast forward to September, I finally stopped messaging him, acting like I was desperate, because I'm not desperate, and I didn't want to be perceived as being desperate because it's not who I am. I ended up getting a message in September after I had stopped trying to talk to him, and it said, "Hey, can we talk?" So I gave him the benefit of the doubt after being hurt from him not wanting to hear me out. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because this breakup was my fault. So we talked it out and we worked everything out. Fast forward to Black Friday to Christmas Eve. Things were a little bit rocky again. And that was because I was so busy with my life and he was busy with his. And he didn't understand that I was busy with mine because I was posting my Vlogmas videos and posting on Twitter. And the only time I talked to anybody during that time was if they crossed my path. I didn't try to message anybody, nothing, because I worked 40+ hours a week at work and I did 40 to 80 hours a week in homework online. So the other times I was trying to sleep. If you look back at my Vlogmas videos, they are very poorly edited and they are extremely boring. They are a snooze fest. But I still did it because I wanted to see how daily vlogging would be like, because I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not. But he broke up with me on Christmas Eve because I wasn't talking to I wasn't talking to him, and blah blah blah. Pretty much accused me of like all this crap, and this was a double whammy of both faults. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry, like my schedule's been busy and you've told me before that if you're busy you can't talk, and I understood that, so I figured he would understand me being busy. But because I am at home, I have all the time in the world. And so after that we stopped talking, and then fast forward again to about end of February, early March. We came in contact again, and this is where I gave him a second chance because I owned up to my faults. And if he's messaging me again, obviously I didn't really lose my chance because I owned up to my faults and I laid everything out on the table for him and let him know this, this, and this. But he was still so angry with me and mad at me, and I still didn't understand why. And it sucks when someone that you love pretty much perceives that they hate you, and I wasn't understanding, and like I'm going through that now still, but we will get to the now in 2 seconds. But he ended up contacting me again, and this was when I knew he was still posting mean crap about me on Facebook, saying I'm his psycho ex and I'm crazy. And I mean, he posted, there was one he posted when we broke up the first time. When I tried to contact him, he was calling me his crazy ex, and that it's amusing that how I'm so psycho and everything else. And it was like, that really hurt. And he was like apologizing and apologizing, and I'm not one to really hold grudges that long. And people will probably sit there and say I'm lying, but I'm not. I don't hold grudges that often. And he was like, I'm sorry, like I just said it because I was mad, I didn't mean it. But in reality, you still posted it for everyone to see, and you still talked crap about me. But I forgave him because I thought maybe he had changed. Now, fast forward to present time. About a week and a half ago, I thought we were doing fine, and I thought we were still doing fine and everything, just our schedules got busy and we were just kind of short with each other, whatever. He hasn't said anything to me, and I noticed that he was talking to this girl. And this girl turned out to be someone he dated like a long time ago. And I was like, you know what, whatever, swept it under the rug, like they're just friends. And come to find out, they've been talking. And I don't know if she knew that we were in a relationship, like I don't know if he told her or whatever the case may be. But you cheated on me because when you completely blindsided me and threw a curveball at me saying that this isn't working out, I can't take a long distance relationship. Like, I called BS flags left and right for the excuse you were giving me, because there was no way that you were trying to make our 1 and 2 month relationship work if distance was the issue. Because if you knew distance was the issue, you wouldn't have stuck around as long as you did, because you would have known beforehand that distance wasn't working. This girl is someone that was best friends with his ex-fiance, and they started dating after him and his ex-fiance broke up. Now, if I don't know if she was a reasoning for them breaking up or not, but that's not my business, and I don't care. But it is extremely sickening to see that your best friend is dating someone that you were with, let alone engaged to at one point or another. Now, to me, I would never do that to my best friend. I would never trash my friendship for a guy, or if you're a guy, I would never trash my friendship with over a girl, because it's not worth it. Like, friendships can last a really long time, and relationships can come and go like it's candy. Friendships aren't worth trashing, and they stopped becoming friends most likely because she was dating this guy. And like, dude, that's like, if your best friend was engaged to someone, that's an automatic off limits. And if I ever caught my best friends talking to or trying to talk to someone that I talked to in the past or I dated, yo, what are you doing? That would be grounds for our friendship is over. The same girl came back into his life, like I said. I swept it on the rug thinking they were friends, but then they started adding each other on Facebook, and this girl was in a relationship too. So she cheated on her boyfriend talking to my boyfriend, and my boyfriend cheated on me talking to her. So I don't know if she thought we were in a relationship or not, but if I had to have him say that he was in a relationship with me on Facebook, there is a huge problem there. And I'm not here to talk bad on anybody, but some situations, it's just mind-boggling to me that people can do this kind of crap to somebody. It's just, like, I still can't put it all together in my mind. It's still processing, because after he blindsided me and broke up with me, 2 days later he wrote that he was in a relationship with this girl, and I'm like, dude, you're already in a relationship with this girl, which means you guys were talking while you were in a relationship with me, and you were telling me I love you, you're my princess, you're my everything, and talking about getting engaged and everything else. And I'm like, I felt like you ripped everything out of me, and I am weak. But I'm not gonna show that I'm weak, because you know why? Because I'm a bigger person. And granted, I did have a moment of, out of anger and being upset and confused, messaged this girl and said, I hope ruining my relationship was worth it. And she immediately messaged back and attacked me, saying that I was a psycho bitch and that he doesn't want my crazy ass and blah blah blah. And looking back at the messages, I'm gonna assume that she never even knew we were in a relationship. So I'm not gonna waste my energy on two people that are gonna cheat to have each other. And yes, it's unfair of what happened to me, because I have done nothing but try my hardest for this guy and try and give this guy my all. And to be completely ripped up into a million pieces by this, it really sucks to know you've been cheated on. And if you're watching this and you're denying this, you need to be slapped in the face with a reality check or something. I'm still kind of upset about it, but I'm not gonna completely let myself get worked up over it. The more I think about it, how could he ever have loved me? Because all he focused on was the negative about me. And the fact you would still post mean crap about me on Facebook, and I never posted anything mean about you, saying you were an asshole and this, that, and the other thing. It completely breaks my heart, and I'm still broken up, and I'm trying so hard not to cry because it hurts so bad, and people still don't understand that it still hurts, regardless if it was online or not and we never met in person, or we did. It's like you invest so much time in somebody that your feelings grow. And when you fight, in the little fights we had, it's okay to fight in a relationship, because that's part of the learning experience of learning about each other and when you guys fight over something, it's like, okay, well, they don't like this. That's cool. Or it sets you up for the next time and helps you in the next time to know. And when something like that happens again, something triggers in your mind, like, we've had a fight about this before, she doesn't like that, or he doesn't like it, so I'm not gonna do it. There's like a whole lot of the situation I could say, but I pretty much summed up the situation. I don't think I would ever be able to talk to him again, at least right now. I couldn't even look him in the face. I'm not looking for pity. I'm looking to maybe help somebody that might be going through heartbreak. And it's okay to be hurt and upset because you invested so much time into somebody, but don't ever let your relationship define you. A way that I'm coping with it is music. I'm a music fanatic. All I do is listen to music. Sometimes if you need to be by yourself, that's okay, but don't close yourself off permanently, because it's not worth it to completely close yourself off because someone broke your heart. A broken heart really isn't permanent. It's a temporary bump in the road for you. You're gonna get through it. But ways I get over it is I watch videos on YouTube. I go work out. Me work out, that's funny. But I'll go for a walk or something to take my mind off of it. I'll do my hair and makeup because it makes me feel better. Not because I think I'm ugly or something and makeup makes me feel better about my look. I do it because it helps take my mind off everything, and making YouTube videos even takes my mind off of it, and working on my music and everything else. Keeping yourself occupied is probably the best way to get through a breakup, because you're not thinking about it as much, and maybe you do need to talk about it. And if you feel like you can't talk to your friends or your family, send me a message. I will gladly hear you out and listen to you and give you as much advice as I possibly can. If you've been through a breakup, leave a comment down below how you got through your breakup and how you handle the situation. There are things that I regret, but loving you isn't something that I will probably ever regret. You are a lesson, and you are also a blessing in my life. Regardless of the crap that you put me through, and regardless of the crap that I probably have put you through, you are still someone that I will love probably till the end of time. And whether that means anything to you or not, it's not gonna faze me anymore, because this is me signing off of our relationship. And I truly hope you two are happy and live happily ever after, because to lie and cheat just to get to have each other, it's sick and it's disturbing, and that's all I really have to say about it. But if you're going through a heartbreak, you will get through it, I promise. It's not the end of the world. It's a temporary bump in the road for you in your path to success. Focus more on yourself. Focus on your dreams and your passion of what you want to do with your life, because you never know. You might not meet the one until you're like 25, 30. If you're going through a heartbreak, you're gonna get through this. We can all get through this together. If you need someone to talk to, like I said, send me a message. All my social media links will be down in the description box below. I'm pretty sure I covered mostly everything that I wanted to cover, and this video is about half an hour long. I'm sorry. But if you watch this all the way through, leave a comment how you got through your breakup and what your input is even. I'm not looking for people to hate and like completely trash somebody. Like, if it was wrong, it was wrong, and that's the end of it. I just hope I could help somebody that might be going through a breakup or a heartbreak like I have. Give yourself a 2-week rule. You can be sad and upset for 2 weeks, but after that 2 weeks is up, you gotta move on. And this is pretty much my 2 weeks being up, and this is how I'm leaving. If you're watching this video, I still love you, regardless of the crap you've done to me, but I don't think there can ever be a future anymore, especially after what you just put me through. And whether you know how bad it hurt me or not, it is what it is. But I'm going to go. I will see you guys all in my next video, and I promise it'll be a much happier and upbeat video, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.